Hello everyone, welcome to Fijian investment trader known as Fijian traders. This is Mr. Singh. NIO, ticker symbol NIO. Folks, what a day. With the 593 it was the highest, and then we kind of closed at $5.78. But before, on the technical side, we got to talk about fundamentals. What is NIO doing? What is the growth level? So we have a lot of things to cover. I am back in States right now, folks. Flew in from Fiji Islands. My voice is a little bit down, but you know it. I will cover it. I covered the video back from Fiji as well, twice the video, and I'm still gonna cover it even though I'm sick. But I'm getting much better now. So let's cover it. What are we having, right? Well, this news came out actually yesterday. The NEO power ties with China's sudden power grid energy, right? What this sudden China's sudden power grid energy storage, it will work on NEO power, including battery banks and battery swap stations and virtual power plants. Big time, right? NEO Power, the power arm of NEO, has signed a cooperation agreement with an energy storage arm with Chinese Grid and China Southern Program to work together, including the battery banks and battery swap stations. This is good. They are signing, and this is good to have partnership like this. It helps NEO to reduce their cost, right? Sometimes it's more expensive to start have the startup to build something, and it brings a lot of operating costs. So this is also an help towards decreasing the operating expense. And you're gonna hear me saying a lot of times, NEO needs to control their operating expense to be more generator, to make more profit in order to make more NEO vehicle. So in that way so they can be more profitable, right? NEO currently sells ES8, ES7, ES6, EC7, EC6, ET7, ET5, and ET5 touring the first five EVs of the last three sedans. The company have announced that it will begin the deliveries of 2024 in March, and it was a discount available price of 2023 models. And began in February 2020 of this month. The NEO customers can begin ordering for 2024 well, except ET7, which will be updated slightly later. Deliveries are updated of ES8, EC6, 7 and 6, and EC6, and touring begin in ET5 in April and ES in May. So a lot of on what's going on with NEO, right? We know earnings coming up, right? Earnings, it's gonna be the March before the market opens up, and on Tuesday, which is the March 5th. So mark your calendar. Market is gonna be a roller coaster. You might see some movements coming up. I know NEO has been struggling it, but earnings coming up will be a big booster, right? Also, remember I mentioned about Abu Dhabi investment, why it's so important, and this was in one of the news that came out, right? NEO unraveled in technology licensing agreement subsidiary with Abu Dhabi's government fund CYVN Holdings after two appointments of Middle East investors had joined the board this year. That was very key when they had two keyboard investors in getting invest money from Abu Dhabi government, and it's gonna be big because folks, they have a they're big. The China government and Abu Dhabi usually works together, and they're both NEO has both of their support, and it's a big thing for them because it will help to reduce their cost. Excuse me, folks. As you know, I'm still recovering. Um, but it helps them to to help in terms of their growth level, right? They're kind of behind now. Unfortunately, NEO was a leader right behind Tesla, but they're falling behind into a couple of top, becoming to top four right now rather than used to be top two. But they will be there eventually once they've controlled their operating expense. So Chinese Electric Vehicle announced later today that NEO Technology Co Limited has entered agreement licensing with Foreseen Limited, subsidiary of CYVN. 47 is a UK-based electric vehicle startup company bankrolled by CYVN. So great news. Like I said, it is more news like that will boost NEO's stock and NEO's growth level at the same time. Also, The service barely began in the station availability for car owners on one station to bring a revenue of 10,000 of euros, according to the NIO's vice president. So NIO's battery swap station in Europe is becoming, and in Denmark especially, is becoming a big hit, right? NIO battery swap station in Denmark has begun offering frequency regulation service to the grid and small startup of NIO Power in Europe, and is the big one of battery swap station as a whole. Senful, the vice president, electric. EV on that. So that's the one he's showing right here. The NIO's only swap station in Denmark will begin offering frequency of that. This is the picture in the Denmark battery swap station. So like I said, it's keep news like that. It's increasing the boost on that. So my portfolio stays the same, still right here, still down. What I did is something different today. I still have 30,000 shares. I'm down about $2,000, right? I'm not too far off on that. But I bought a long 2026 price target of a $10 price target for NIO. $10 price target, 2026 expiring, and about 500 NIO option trading on that. So this is my plan on that. A little bit got higher because when you had the dip today, but my plan is to add up to 1,000 over here on the option for 2026. This is my long-term investment portfolio, as you guys see it. What I do on my YouTube channel is also I discussed on that. So something I wanted to share with you guys, what I did was different. Why I added some option trading as well as for NIO. Why did I do that? So let's talk on the technical side. So folks, today, right, what we had today, when we opened up, kind of gapped up in the morning from 262, kind of gapped up in the morning and went high at 593, quickly got rejected, then kind of went sideways, right? Not a dip, but a sideways trading, which is okay. Which is okay, right? Which is okay sometimes. And why is okay? Because when you have comes from the dip and sideways trending and start making higher highs, then it is a potential of kind of some sort of reversal, right? And why did I say that? Look at our 5-day, right? 5-day, my $5.53, which is the red line, was my support level. We traded below our support level, and then we kind of break through all that, right? And now once we break through on that, look at my pink line. So this pink line was acting as a resistance, right? And the blue line was also acting as a resistance. It came down below, and now we are trading above those blue lines, right? The pink line, which is my 200-day EMA, folks, which is $5.75 sitting right now at the moment on the 5-day. Whereas on the 1 month, right? This is why I wanted you guys to keep an eye. Look at our 1 month, folks. We've been trading in between that $5.53. Even though I have it for $6.65, but we've been trading in between $6.24. So we've been trading between those two right here. And why? Because this moving average of a pink line was acting as a resistance level. Now we added today again. That one is sitting on a 1 month chart, right? On a 1 month chart, it is sitting at $5 and let me make sure that I am saying it right, because I definitely don't like to be wrong in terms of talking technical. So $5.89 has been sitting right here, right? So we got to break it out. You can see the MACD, it's still on the high, but it's a little bit sell-off happened, right? An order flow like today. You can clearly see that. We had a big sell-off here, but why, right? Because people are earnings coming up. They don't want to hold it long if you're a day trader and the swing trader, which I don't blame them, right? But on the 3 months, whereas on the 3 months, folks, you can clearly see that why I am saying it's still amendment, we are trading sideways. And the gap, we are squeezing it. This gap is squeezing, is so tight. We had over here, then we couldn't break it. Guess what? We went from high $6, we came low of $5.36. Now we made that high again, and we are on the 6 months, on the 3 months rather. We are still trading below, right? So it's $5.78. It's right here. So we traded above today, right? But our magic number 200 EMA is sitting at $6.02. So we gotta break that $6.02, because if we don't break it, we'll still have this downtrend momentum coming through, right? We still have, like I said, we are still on the downtrend pattern, but on the 6 months, that was 3 months. This is the 6 months, folks. We're trading in between. Look at it from here all the way up here, right? We've been trading between this channel right here, and we're getting very hard resistance to break this level. But I think the earnings coming up with this gonna be a big boost with a good investment and operational expense strategic plan, where NIO's Mr. Lee Williams is gonna discuss what is in pies for that, but they need to really ramp up the delivery vehicles. Delivery vehicles needs to ramp up in order to produce on that, right? So I'm very excited about how NIO is operating at the moment in terms of their growth level. But once I'm gonna keep saying it, folks, we gotta keep control that expense level because it helps NIO to produce um, at a phenomenal rate, right? This is a kind of trend that we've seen it, that we are still on the downtrend, right? Still on the downtrend, and you can see on my year to date how the resistance level looks like. But on the 6 months, whereas you can clearly see that when we traded that, we time and time we are failing to break this. We are failing to break this, even though we had right here a kind of switch gap from $7 to 9, but we are failing to break it. And until unless we broke this, the 200-day EMA, which are there. My plan is to keep loading shares because it is a very discounted price, and I know people are very, very, very upset about it. Why it's not going up? Have patience, folks. This is always a matter of time where their NIO is going to come in and start producing vehicles at a rapid pace with the funds of like from Abu Dhabi, and the board directors are new board directors involved on the strategic planning or for the operating expense. So this is some great news for us. Folks, I'm gonna let you guys go because I'm still doing my due diligence on the earnings reports. What is to be expected on that is coming out on the very soon before the earnings come out. So stay tuned for that. So thank you for guys who has been subscribing it. I can see a lot of people are subscribing my new channel, especially I'm a big part of it, big investor on it. I'm here for the long run, folks. So I'm gonna share my technical, my fundamentals with everything goes with NIO, and I'm excited what this company is all about. Definitely not excited about the stock price that we are seeing it right now, but you can clearly see that we were trading in between this channel, but just matter of time we're gonna see our gains coming up. I'm here, I'm also on the loss here, folks. My plan is to add more shares when I see when there's a when it drops to a certain level. The magic number I hopefully don't want to see it is $4.37. Might come in play, but we still have $5.01, which is another support level. And the resistance, we're gonna break $6. We're gonna break $6 and stay on top of $6. Then it's a great movement coming up. Folks, thank you for watching the video. Next video is coming up on Thursday. Stay tuned on that. Don't go anywhere because this is going to be a phenomenal run coming. I'm still amendment. NIO is a $50 stock. It is a $50 stock, and without my works on that, so there's a lot of gains to be made, but we always gonna see some pains like this, but it's okay, right? So thank you for watching once again. Next video is coming up. I appreciate you guys support. I'm back in California, so talk to you guys in a bit.